If you've kept up with my window tint videos, I recently received a comment that said, "And nobody shows how he attaches this to a curved window. Wonder why?" Well, never fear, cause Funky Cold is here. I'll show you not only how to install the rear window tint with a buddy, but also by yourself. Installing tint on a rear window is pretty similar to the regular windows with a few differences that I'll point out as we go along. I'll be using the Gila Static Clean window tint that has no glue. I've had great success with it, and I love the fact that you can peel it right off with no residue left behind. This will be 20% tint, and if you have traditional tint already installed and in good shape, you can install this right over it. The first thing you want to do is wash the glass with soap and water, since we're going to place the tint on the outside of the glass and cut it to size. Next, give yourself some room and move the seats forward. Remove the headrest to get some more room and clean the window very well. If the window's real dirty, the tint won't stick. Get a clean bottle of soapy water, grab a squeegee and a razor sharp blade found inside your window tint installation kit. I'll leave a link in the description box down below. Go ahead and remove your window tint and spray the rear window down with soapy water. Be generous and don't be shy. I'll first show you how to install the tint if you have a helping hand around. Roll out the window tint and cut it to a manageable size. Peel off a corner of the tint and spray some more soapy water. This will act as a lubricant for the squeegee if it doesn't have a cloth at the end. If it does, it's not absolutely necessary. Next, peel the rest of the tint off and place it on the glass. Smooth out any air bubbles with your squeegee. You could also use a plastic card with a towel on the edge. You're just trying to get the tint flat on the glass so you can get an accurate cut. Now, if you are by yourself and it's a bit windy, it may be better to lay the tint upside down with the tint laying on the glass. That way it can stick and it won't keep rolling up on itself. It doesn't matter which side you use, either side will stick to the glass. Continue squeezing out all the air bubbles. You may need to pull on the tint a bit to get it to sit flat. It is a curved window after all. Now, just to let you know, the tint is not able to cover the entire window. If you're installing it on a truck, you'll cover it up with no problem. It's not a huge deal and you'll hardly notice it from the inside. Alright, it's time to cut. Normally what you would do is follow the edge of the window and that would get you the exact size you need. But don't do that in this case, because you'll soon realize you have too much tint on all sides and you'll have to take it down like I did. If you notice, my rear window has this dark edge which you can't see through from the inside. You want to cut about an inch from this edge. Choose a starting point and just let the blade do the work all the way down. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight because you won't see the edge once installed. Peel off the excess and do the same for the top. Also wipe down the tint. You may have some dust and or dry soap on it which will show up through the tint and make it look a bit blurry. Next, spray a generous amount of soapy water on the tint and on the inside of the window. What this does is act like a lubricant to help slide the tint into position and help it stick to the window. If you have a buddy, lift the tint straight up and try to keep it flat while moving towards the inside of the vehicle. Once inside, I laid it down and we both grabbed each side. The trick is to be quick and get the tint stuck on the window so you can start using your squeegee. Once you start getting some of the air bubbles out, you're in the clear and you won't have to worry about the tint falling off. Make adjustments if needed, and with your squeegee, start from the middle and work your way out. The lower part of the window can be a little bit difficult to reach. Inside the tint installation kit, there is this type of squeegee that you can use to get any bubbles out from the bottom. Once installed, it will look a little blurry, but after a few days of sitting in the sun, and if you follow the directions, it will clear up. Keep in mind that the tint won't cover the whole window, and it will be around 4 to 5 inches short from the bottom, but you really don't notice it from the inside. Now, if you don't have anyone to help you, installing the tint yourself can be a bit challenging, but it can be done. I was trying out a method by using a PVC pipe and rolling up the tint. I was thinking I could just roll the tint out on the window and use the squeegee at the same time so it could stick. Now here's the importance of using a clean spray bottle. This method may have worked, but my bottle previously had tire shine spray in it and was still a little oily inside. That prevented the tint from sticking, and I also think that the pipe was just too heavy and would pull the tint down. Good idea on paper, but not the best choice. So after trying different methods, the best one was to simply grab the entire tint off the window and lay it down inside. The trick again is to be quick and get it stuck on the window. Then you can squeeze out the air bubbles. Don't feel discouraged if the tint keeps falling off. It'll do that since there's no one or nothing supporting the other end. But once you got it on there, you can breathe a sigh of relief. The hard part is over. Adjust parts of the tint as needed and take your time. Installing it yourself isn't too bad and it can be done. You just have to manhandle the tint here and there. Whenever I'm installing tint, I always remember a wise quote from ancient Eastern philosophy. It says, "You control the tint. Don't let the tint control you." Yeah, I know it's a lame joke, but hey, it's free entertainment. If you have any excess tint, it can be tucked away under the liner. On most cars, you can pull back the trim a bit and get it tucked away neatly. Give the window a quick clean and you just install the rear window tint by yourself like a pro, without having to pay the pro price. Now this tint isn't for everyone. It isn't 100% crystal clear like traditional tint, but it's close enough. I'd say 90% clear. If you're looking for a cost-friendly, quick and easy install, this product is just for you. Also remember that there's no glue involved and it can be removed anytime with ease. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments section. If you'd like to install this type of tint, click right here for the full installation tutorial, or on my 2-year update to see how the tint has held up. Links to all the items that I use in this video will be in the description box. Thank you for watching, I'll see you on the next video, and have a blessed day.